Some true words spoken there. I think a lot of people that are young adults these days are grappling with this question, how do we do what we want in order to be happy? And thank you for your words there, Mark. All right, Tom Cassady is Lincoln City's police chief since 1994 with 36 years of service. This Lincoln father and grandfather is a lifelong student of history. He's a prolific blogger and an internationally known expert in geographic information systems and criminal justice, and an early adopter of technology. He's pretty technologically savvy. Wish my parents would get on that board. But welcome, Tom Cassady, everybody.
Thank you. I am an iPad, Ellen. Hey, if you recognize this, I want you to explain to the other people in the room beside you what it is. This used to come on between Johnny Carson and Captain Kangaroo. So you'll need to get an explanation of this. It's an indication of how much the world has changed. And today, unlike Captain Kangaroo years, there is nowhere to hide. And that's what I'm going to be telling you about. I'm going to be telling you about how technology has made you visible when you could have been invisible at one time. The cell phone's a great example. Everyone's got a cell phone. You use it for everything. It's your phone, it's your communicator, it's your email client, it's your internet access point, it's text messaging, it's instant messaging. And when you talk to your cell phone is also talking to its mothership. It's reporting to Verizon and Sprint and AT&T where you are, what you're doing, who you're calling. And it's also reporting your exact location. In some cases, if it's a GPS phone, even if it's not a GPS phone, it's reporting the location of the cell phone tower. And your wallet is doing the same thing every time you use anything in your wallet that has a barcode on it or a mag stripe. It's reporting where you are, who you are, and what you're doing. That's how you're billed, isn't it? And when you stick that card into the ATM is looking back at you. So is your access control system at work. When you punch that number in, when you swipe that card to get through the door. So throughout the day, as you go about your ordinary life, doing these things like using your cell phone, sending an email, using the ATM, information is being collected, not by the government, by the way, about who you are, where you are, and what you're doing. And it's ubiquitous. It's changed so dramatically just within the past few years. These databases are out there. They're privately held for the most part. And they're collecting lots and lots of information. There are cameras throughout our city. Cameras all over the university campus. Cameras in the elevator. Don't ever adjust your underwear in an elevator anymore. It used to be the best place, now it's the worst. Okay? Not all those cameras are being monitored. Sometimes it's in a big room that no one's really watching. But many of them are being recorded. And the recording, of course, is also recording the time of day, the day of week, and the location, right? So as you go about your daily life, you're constantly reporting who you are, where you are, what you're doing. It's a fact of life today that people don't seem to take into account very much. And again, government's not really doing it. Although government's part of the general society, and we're participating in it in a few ways. For example, Lincoln has a growing network of traffic cameras around the city, about 31 right now. Those cameras recorded my car on the way here, and yours too, if you drove or if you cycled. Likelihood you went through one of those intersections. I'm deploying 2 automated license plate recognition systems on police vehicles in Lincoln today, and those are Rusty Lashley tonight he's going to capture 4,000 license plates, automatically running those against databases of wanted vehicles, stolen vehicles, expired plates, unpaid parking tickets. This is a GPS chip. GPS chips are getting cheap, they're getting small, they're going to be in your coach purse real soon, I'm sure. This is an idea I should patent. So today, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and one of the first things I did after I started the coffee is I associated with Earthlink and started working on my blog post for the morning. That was at about 5 a.m., and Earthlink knew where I was. I was off the grid for a moment for a shower and a shave, but when I started moving with my Android phone, GPS enabled, Verizon knew where I was, and I drove through traffic cameras at several different intersections on my way to work. 27th Street, Pine Lake Road, 14th and Highway 2, 10th and Van Dorn. When I got to work, I used my key fob to gain access to the parking lot. That recorded who I was, where I was, what I was doing, and into the back door, and as I moved around the building. A little bit later, I decided to take a little side trip. I had to stop and get gas at the city pumps. I swiped my card that recorded who I was, where I was, what I was doing. And then I went to Starbucks and got in line behind somebody ordering a double cap, skinny cap, latte, cappuccino, mocha, no foam, soy milk. They should charge by the syllable. 50 cents each. I go in and order coffee. Or maybe just black. I moved on and went on the rest of my trip through a couple more camera-controlled intersections and eventually ended up at the Northeast Team Station. Okay, Northeast Lincoln. Access control system there too. These are the places that I left my calling card before 9:30 a.m. this morning. My breadcrumbs were everywhere, and you're leaving more of them than me. For the most part, most of the people in this room are doing even more of this than I am. And it's just a plain fact of life. I'm not sure whether it's good or bad, it's usually both, that you can no longer go hiking on the Appalachian Trail. There is no place to hide. Thank you.